Hey everyone. Before we get to the breakdown of the Episode 2 Act 2 Battle Pass preview, as well as Astra's introduction video, I wanted to give a huge thanks to ValorLeaks/Rumble Mike and Ellie for providing the preview content. I'll have their links down below. Also, consider joining the Valorant Lore/Art Discord server, as well as my Twitch channel, which is where this video is ripped from. That's all, and enjoy. Let me make sure the volume's okay. There we go. Okay.
You can tell a person's character by their first action.
Gosh, you're so cool. Okay. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
Welcome to Gravity. We saw the beginning and the continuation. Now, the end. We are above them. Anything I want, baby, gonna take that. What I want, so I'm never leaving. Whole team better luck next life. Protect at all costs, yeah, like a wave cat. Relax, my friend. Time and space, they know what you think.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my god. Her accent is close to French sometimes. You said that about Yoru. Shik, maybe you've just spent too much time listening to French people. Okay, so some of my first thoughts are this agent's abilities, both visually and mechanically, feel so much more significant and larger than the other Radiants. And I feel like that might be a bias because she is, she has this cosmic theme, but it makes me think back to what David Nottingham said about all of the agents on the Valorant protocol team kind of being like on a level playing field. And I just wonder, like, I know obviously for gameplay reasons, all of the agents can't be constantly performing, all the Radiants can't be performing at their maximum potential. Like, we know Jet has caused tornado/hurricane, like, weather, massive weather anomalies, Phoenix starting fires. I feel like we can't perfectly compare it to gameplay, but it makes me wonder. It really does make me wonder how Astra fits into this, and just like how her abilities fit into the other Radiants on the team. Something that I'm assuming many other people have brought up is that her left arm doesn't seem to be bound, or sorry, it doesn't seem to resemble the rest of her body. It's not flesh or anything. It's like this weird, spacey structure, which obviously reminds a lot. I'm sure a lot of you have thought the same thing. It reminds you of Reyna, or even Omen. And being that those two are also Radiants, I feel like that just makes sense. It just makes sense that Radiant Knight is having some kind of effect on their bodies. I'm just curious why it manifests in them so much more significantly, visually, than, say, Jet. Jet kind of gets like these like windy effects around her arm. Phoenix does glow when he's ulting. It's just, I don't know. It's interesting to look at. So yeah, I want to, thank you for the follow, Vita. I wanted to go over, I have both Mike's, Valor Leaks, and Ellie's pages open. I want to go over the stuff that was released today. And actually, okay, yeah, I was looking at this before I started streaming just to make sure I had everything ready to go. Shik, that thing you mentioned, the stuff that's on her leg, I was also, oh my goodness. Jack and Zach, thank you for the follows. I appreciate that. Another thing I wanted, yeah, this is the thing I wanted to talk about. The thing on her left leg. This doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, if you take it as like a stylized English alphabet. It could be an O, M, and then an N. Um, I don't think that's it. I would have to do more research into her specific culture. But the only thing we've seen like this on another agent is Omen, being the runes on his back. I'm not sure if these two are connected. Omen's runes and this lettering system here, but I think that's something we can definitely look into. You see her insignia on her shoe and on her satchel there, on her hanging off of her belt. Her character design is amazing. I love it so much. Her hair, the speckles of gold throughout her hair. Her clothing is so colorful. This is dope. Yeah, I'm super excited. Malay said it was O time. Okay. You think maybe it has to do with her age or how long people have had powers? Oh, like her arm? Maybe. She looks really young, and being that she is Valorant Protocol member 16 means she's definitely a younger addition, to, a more recent addition to the team. She gives off a lot of youthful qualities. And we especially saw that in the teaser image of her writing in her journal. But yeah, reversed ooh woo. I don't know about that. But yeah, no, I think I don't see anything immediately, anything that stands out immediately. Based like, you know, I don't see like a Kingdom logo or a Valorant Protocol insignia. So we're gonna leave that at that. Those characters are definitely something to look into. As far as like her little insignia goes, all of the agents have their own insignia. God, I hate saying that word. It's somewhere located on their body. So I will leave that at that. The bulk of this stream is probably going to be looking into these Battlepass cards. Here we go. Okay. So I haven't even looked at these. I retweeted some of them just before I went to work, just because I immediately recognized that these were lore related. Yeah, this one is probably one of the. So we don't have the names of these cards yet, which I think will play a significant role in understanding them. This is really interesting. This is really, really interesting. So obviously it's Phoenix. We have a crack down the middle. This is very symbolic of a split. This is very symbolic of this parallel. So maybe I'm biased in thinking that this represents or signifies the parallel universe theory. But I'm sure you could extrapolate and also convince yourself that this is meant to represent the clone theory. But this is interesting. I think so. The coloration and like the negative coloration of the right side of the image shares a lot of qualities with what we've seen from Radianite Rifts, and namely the one in Ascent. Sorry, not Ascent. The Range, which is still Italy. We have these cracks in this like glass or this mirror of sorts. I honestly think this, while this very well could be something to support clone theory, I'm almost positive this is further confirmation of a parallel universe situation going on in Valorant's narrative. It's not negative. It's a really unique invert. I figured as much. Maybe, I mean, maybe that's intentional. That's just Phoenix Two-Face. Okay, Duck. Slow your roll. But yeah, no, I think this is probably the most significant player card in the Battle Pass. I'll say that now, and I haven't even seen the other ones. This one's not lore related, but it's so goddamn cute. Look at this. Polyfrog, I'm pretty sure, is the name of this set. You think he's looking into a mirror? That's a possibility, but again, the coloration really leads me, and the cracks, which are also almost reminiscent of the cracks that are left from a Radiant Rift. It just says parallel universe to me. This clearly shows how the agent Shatter is the next agent. No. That name is banned here. We don't talk about Shatter. He's been teased the whole time. Polyfrog, cute as hell. Okay. Oh wow. This is interesting. This is actually really interesting. So, this is obviously part of the Versus series of player cards. This is intense. I don't think any of the other ones have had this kind of emotion. So the Killjoy and Raze one, obviously they're sort of friendly rivals. There's no there's no severely intense negative emotions between those two. Phoenix and Jet just kind of both have like egos, right? They're both cocky. So I can see how their versus card works. Omen and Sage obviously have this interesting connection because of their radiant abilities. Being that Sage can give life and Omen can take it. But this is different. They are like staring into each other's souls. Now, we know that Phoenix. We know that Sova is a hunter, and we know that on a basic level, Sova is a hunter, and Cypher is a information broker. We also know that Sova's artificial eye records what it sees. But there's something else going on here. I don't know. Obviously, we have very little to go off of here. There's a city on the horizon behind Cypher at the bottom there. He's being reflected, and he's all glitchy on the top. Sova's eye in the background. Yeah, this is interesting. Again, this is all speculation, but I would like to see a dynamic between them based off of their previous professions, before being a part of the Valorant protocol. Perhaps the professions kind of crossed certain lines that found them intersecting during their business. Yeah, that's really cool. I really like this card. Okay. So, for those of you that don't recognize this, let me pull up the images that came out of the teaser from David Nottingham late last year. I think it'd be easier for me to find them in Discord. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Right here. Let me bring this over really quick. Okay. This is the same image. The only differences I'm seeing here, we don't see these smaller boats. And obviously this image that David's looking at is a bit wider. But I mean, that doesn't mean anything. This is interesting. So we don't see any Kingdom logos I'm noticing on any of these shipping crates, which I would have expected. I'm going to go ahead and say that this may be teasing the next map. The next map could very well be on a boat. I think that'd be It wouldn't be the first time in a multiplayer FPS, but I think that'd be an interesting setting. But my only issue here is that it's at night. But it is very well illuminated by this moon. I don't think it would be impossible, but secret cargo related to Icebox somehow. Yeah, that's a huge possibility. What's really interesting is these boats following this this shipping boat. I honestly don't know what to make of the movement in this piece or in this player card. I say piece because I mean it is a piece of art, but I feel like the name of this card will probably lead us to a bit more understanding than what we're getting here. You think it's gonna be tier 48? Definitely a ton of Radianite on it. I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, you know, at least from a gameplay perspective, we see Radianite very often. And a map with Radianite on it, you know, that goes without saying. Yeah, this is interesting. The lack of Kingdom logos really makes me scratch my head, but it could be that would be too. It doesn't make sense with the scale. The boat's pretty far away from us. The only way I could see a Kingdom logo being included here is on the cargo ship. But this looks nothing like the ship on Icebox. That ship was a lot more intense with, you know, various weaponries and whatnot. Yeah, you know, this is interesting. Who's coming up on the boat? You don't usually have smaller boats escorting a cargo ship. Yeah, this is interesting. Sin talking about New talking about containers. Yeah. I mean, he'd probably be upset with us for reading that far into it, but yeah, New was talking about shipping containers, messing around with shipping containers. My thing is, okay, it's pretty genius for them to reuse shipping containers to kind of alleviate the load it takes on the map environment team to populate a map with art assets. But that would be interesting to see 2 maps back to back with that many shipping containers on them. Spoiler alert, it's Sin moving and they want to make sure nothing gets lost. I'm pretty sure I could fit everything I own onto one of those smaller patrol boats. Don't think I need the cargo ship. But I mean, if we're talking about moving all the Radianite I have in storage, then yes, it would probably take the entire shipping boat. But you're big. Okay. All right. So, okay. We have a few more here. Okay. So this is Bind and Icebox sharing a sun / moon. No, I think it's the sun. This is interesting. This could be another versus card. Just, you know, based off of the composition and based off of the fact that these are contradicting what's the word I'm looking for? You know, these are polar opposite landscapes. We have a desert and we have climates. Thank you, climates. That's the word I was looking for. Forgive me. I just got off of a very long shift at Starbucks, so my brain is fried. Shows off the source to the endpoint. What do you find as a refinery? Icebox is a port. Yeah, yeah, I can get behind that idea. I can get behind that idea. Um, I mean, that doesn't tell us much other than what we already knew, but this is definitely a versus card, and I enjoy it aesthetically. Yeah, I don't expect them to make every player card lore significant. Yeah, but this is cool. I like this card. This looks like the VTOL. This one here. Yeah. Interesting. It's got like a highlight on the cockpit. It's got a highlight on the landing gear. I mean, there's not much more to make of this. It's being targeted. It's being scanned. It's being scanned, maybe. I don't know. Again, this is another one where we would probably need to see the player card name before making any kind of judgment. Yeah, like Schick said, next agent is a pilot. Actually, Duck, that's a really good point. Which of these relates to the next agent? What if the next agent is the VTOL? Bet you didn't think about that. This is the next agent. Blueprint? Yeah, yeah, it does have some blueprint-like qualities. It's not very detailed blueprint, and it also has this really obnoxious circle around it. Who would want that? But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Transformers V2 robots roll out. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so these must be the this is obviously the epilogue card. These are cool because your name's gonna fit right there on the line. That's employee of the month, employee of the year. Okay, there's some really cool details in here. Again, the premium content team, always knocking it out of the park. Oh look, the next agent teaser. They can summon a milliheli that hits guided missiles towards enemies. Pretty balanced, I think. Okay. Yeah. We don't know if this is Paul. We don't, this could be employee of the month of, of February. We don't know that this is Paul. A faceless kingdom employee. Among Us, yes. Thank you, Duck. Thank you for your input. Some new Radiant tech? What are you speaking about? The plane? We've had 3 Radiants in a row. I don't know if any of you have thought about that. We've received 3 Radiant agents in a row. I'd be very surprised if the next agent wasn't a non-Radiant. Yeah. Tech after that? Who knows? Maybe both. I'm waiting for that hybrid, that Radiant tech hybrid. These are fun. These are fun.